Let's talk potential offensive targets in the East-West Shrine game for the Vikings. All right, welcome back to the Onebar and Lupagus show. I'm Onebar with Lupagus, and East-West Shrine's coming up. Let's talk offensive weapons.
You're back.
I'm back. I guess I've never looked at you like that.
Where have you been? Was I looking the right way?
Yeah, you were actually, surprisingly. Yes, I am back, and let's a round of applause for Lupagus for holding down the fort while I was gone. Well done, sir. Nailed it. But yeah, let's
see my face.
Draft season.
Yeah, you were gone for 10 days. When you left, we didn't have a DC. When you came back, we didn't have a DC. I don't know what the hell is going on there, but hopefully soon there's an answer. But yeah, it's draft season. We don't have to worry about the defensive coordinator right now. We need to worry about the draft and East-West Shrine Bowl tomorrow night, and then we got the Senior Bowl on Saturday. It's a huge week for the NFL draft.
Yeah, we'll be talking Senior Bowl in the coming days as well. But now it's all East-West Shrine. And before we get into it, if you got prospects out there that you like in this game, put them down in the comments. And as also, that badass Woodart, hit them up. He's sending their giveaways here soon, so we'll be able to actually do our first giveaway. And also, get over there and buy some 15% off. Coupon code at the end, 15% off your total order, no minimum order, which is nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that coupon code tattooed on my butt cheeks.
That's gross. Oh, give us a sub. Let's get to 9,000 subs. All right, let's do it. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's hop right in. Again, this is offense. I did defense last night, so let's do offense. Let's start with the position not on the top of the Vikings priority list, but a position they need to start thinking about, and that's quarterback. Kirk Cousins be under center next season for sure. After that is where the questions start to roll in, and maybe it's time to get an heir apparent or a potential heir apparent on the roster. And with the Vikings this year, I think they're still going to feel like they can compete for the title, NFC North, compete for the playoffs. So I don't think they use an early round pick on the position unless somebody falls in their lap. So I think kind of a mid-round guy is what they're looking at. And why not bring in a guy like Dorian Thompson-Robinson from UCLA? This is what this guy is. I mean, he's 6'1", 205 pounds. He can make plays with his legs. Sometimes he maybe goes that route sooner than you'd like to see. Doesn't have a cannon arm, but he throws a very accurate, very catchable ball. He's smart. He's experienced. Put up huge numbers at UCLA. Doesn't have a lot of experience, taking snaps under center, but he's one of these guys that come off the bench, gives you a spark, and he does have some upside here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so on board with Vikings drafting a quarterback every single year. I don't care if it's a 7th round or whatever. Keep drafting them. See what we get. And this guy, why not? He's raw, but he's going to be raw. He's supposed to be raw. And when you watch him, he's fun as hell to watch. There's no doubt about that. Like you said, he doesn't have the big arm, but draft him. If he ends up sucking, so be it. But keep drafting quarterbacks. Just one thing, though. They got to have somewhat of an arm. We've got Justin Jefferson here, baby. We're not dinking and dunking, so he's got to have a little bit of an arm, but that could come.
Yeah, his arm's fine. I mean, it's just not elite. He doesn't have a cannon by any means. He can throw.
He doesn't. But perfect guy for a late round guy. I mean, I've seen this guy go all the way from like round 6, round 7, undrafted,
and I've seen him as high as round 3. Yeah, so he is all over the map.
All right, my guys, I got to be honest. When we do this, I try to pick really obscure guys or guys that I just don't know about, just so I can learn a little bit more about them. So mine might not be that sexy, but maybe they are. Maybe they are. And I'm starting off with a guard. I'm going Antonio Mafi, UCLA, back-to-back.
Yeah,
teammate. Maybe it happens, and I'm kind of torn on guard, where obviously, if we don't bring back Bradbury, center is going to be a big need. But we just drafted Ed Ingram. We got Ezra Cleveland for one more year. This guy is just a mean son of a bitch. He beats the hell out of his opposing players. And I know we thought we had that in Drew Samia. We want that just mean, tough guy guard. But again, this guy's a mid to later round pick. It's not like we're also spending this huge draft capital on him. We need depth. Why not get a guy that just appears to hate everything and everybody? He manhandles him. He's a former defensive lineman. And obviously he needs to add some more finesse. He's not like the athletic offensive lineman that you're seeing now, but worst case, he's depth. And did I mention he's mean?
Well, I'm fine. I'm fine, getting rid of the finesse guys and going with the mean brawlers, the mean mauler type of guys. Ed Ingram's a little bit that way too. Hopefully he's a little better in pass protection than old Ed. Does this guy have can he play guard too, or is he strictly just a center?
No, he is a guard.
Oh, okay.
He's straight up guard. When I was talking about center, I'm just saying I know center is a need. But like guard, I just think even Ezra Cleveland, he's got one more year, and I think he's going to make some money. We got to have somebody back there.
And let's not forget, everybody was bitching about during the season when, you know, O'Neal went down, when we had some injuries on the O-line. We're like, oh my God, our depth is horrible. Our depth is terrible. So adding an O-lineman makes a lot of sense sometime in this draft.
Yeah, as of now, we have nothing as far as backup guards. So, yeah. Antonio Mafi. Watch him.
Remember that name. Mafia.
All right, who's your next one?
Well, it's probably the sexiest player in this draft. The guy I've actually seen mocked in round 1. I was shocked that he was on the East-West Shrine roster. Usually this is more reserved for mid-round guys, even undrafted guys. But Zay Flowers, Boston College, the receiver. This guy's crazy. He doesn't have great size. He's 5'10", 172, but super, super dangerous with the ball in his hands. Quick, shifty, great route runner. Look what he did last year. He had 78 receptions, almost 1,100 yards receiving, 12 freaking touchdowns. You're looking for a guy to pair up with Justin. You're looking for a guy to pair up with Justin Jefferson. Zay Flowers could be an excellent option there. Worst case, maybe he works over the slot. But either way, if you're using that first-round pick on a wide receiver, Zay Flowers could be the guy there. 23, maybe a little rich. Maybe you trade down and get him. But to me, if this guy doesn't absolutely dominate, if we haven't heard reports that he's been dominating the competition, I'm a little concerned.
Yeah, he was dominating, and then he left. He's not playing. He showed up for a couple of days just to light it up.
Good.
Very smart.
Didn't need to. Get the hell
not
out of
very
there.
Nice as far as maybe someone else wanting to get in that game. But I've seen this guy like top 15. I mean, there's people who have him as a top 20 player, and he's fantastic. He said it all. I mean, he's going to be fun as hell to watch. He's going to come in this league and make an impact right off the bat. And I remember when Justin Jefferson got drafted, we're like, yeah, he's going to be a great number 2. He's a slot guy. He's a slot guy. He's a slot guy. So even though they're saying this guy's a slot guy, who knows, man? This guy's going to be fantastic. He will be on my fantasy radar as a rookie.
Wow. So you can get last again?
Yeah, probably. That's why I do get last, you asshole. All right. Next up, I'm going tight end, another position where I just don't know. And this guy is seen as probably an undrafted free agent. So it's not like, I mean, I see him coming in and competing with like a Nick Muse. I know we got Johnny Munt, Hawkinson this year, which is fantastic. But I'm going with Daniel Barker. Daniel Barker for Michigan State. He's an athletic tight end. He's straight up athletic. He's played everywhere for Michigan State. He's been in the backfield. He's been a wide receiver. He's been a tight end. Is he a very good blocker? Not really, but I want a guy like this. I think just come on, throw on the field. I mean, we need blocking shit. You throw Johnny Munt up there, he'll take care of it for you. But I love the fact that he's all over the place. I love the fact that he makes some sweet catches. Go on YouTube. He's got some great clips out there. But I would like to see somebody come in that's maybe not Nick Muse.
It's weird because tight ends on these positions this year for me, where I'm like, there's no way the Vikings are going to draft anybody. And every year I say that, they usually take that position fairly early in the draft. So, yeah, tight end. I mean, that bottom of that depth chart is going to be full of questions. Is it going to be Nick Muse? Is it going to be a late round pick, an undrafted guy to compete? It could be. So why not Daniel Barker? And I will give you credit. You do have a history of finding tight ends. You were all over Tyler Conklin very early when he came out. So I'll give you credit there.
Kevin Boss.
I am the Boss Man. Yeah, I think we both like the Boss Man. Kevin Boss. That's a deep cut.
And just looking at the offensive players, I mean, it's tough to pick. I mean, obviously we're not going offensive tackle. They're not going to be really on the radar. So this was kind of tough. So that's why I was kind of digging deeper.
Well, and the thing with offensive tackle, I mean, you could definitely upgrade the depth there. So I wouldn't be shocked if they find a guy who can play tackle guard.
It's true.
Round 3 or 4. Yeah. All right, let's go to the last one. I got a guy from our own backyard, the Minnesota Gopher himself, Mo Ibrahim, the running back. And I get it. I know he's old. He's got a lot of wear and tear on his body, a lot. But when the more I was thinking about it, I thought, wow, the Vikings are like the perfect landing spot for this guy. Kevin O'Connell, he didn't really pound the ball. Even when it works, he likes to throw it. If they do, and this is all assuming Delvin Cook goes, Alexander Madison goes, and then you have this kind of you got Chandler and you got Nwangu, and then you're looking for one more piece. Abraham can be the power back, the short yardage guy, the goal line guy. You don't have to feed him the ball. You don't have to overwork him. He can be part of a 3-headed monster, have his role on this team. And I really think the way Kevin O'Connell uses running backs this last year, if that continues, this is a good spot for Mo to land.
Now, don't get me wrong. I love Mo. I love Mo more than anything. I would love Mo to be a Viking. If they drafted him even earlier than expected, I'd be excited. I can't see any way it happens. Like you just said it yourself. Like they don't pound the ball. We had Madison. We never used him. So why would they bring somebody in when we had a Madison that we didn't even use?
Oh, they use him every now and then on the goal line. So I do think there is a role for him. I just don't think I wouldn't take this guy and like say, you're my lead back. We're going to give you, 25 carries a game because then I think his career is going to be very short. But if you use him right, I think you can extend him a couple of years. And I'm actually fine going with that route in the next couple of years for the Vikings. Maybe not having that feature runner. Maybe it's the hot hand kind of a guy. I'm fine with that. And then, after 2 or 3 years, a rookie or 3 or 4 years, the rookie contract's over, get someone new in there. And I'm fine going with that for a couple of years.
Nah, that's not what it was. He's old. He's been riddled with injuries, not even just, bad injuries. So it's going to be very tough. I can see this guy going undrafted. Like I said, I love this guy. I love him. But he's going to be like 29 at the end of his rookie contract. He had 900 carries for the Gophers. I do think running back will possibly be on the radar, but I don't think it's going to be Mo. But I love him.
And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying take him in round 3. He is a guy I think you get. The Vikings doing up with the 7th round pick. You take a flyer there. Or he's an undrafted guy. You call him right off the bat and see what he's up to.
Mo, what's up?
Put on some doing, man.
Say, hell yes.
This dude was picked?
A couple years ago.
Hey Mo,
he was. The other thing though, taking the factor I keep bringing up the age thing for him.
Yeah.
For that extra year, that extra COVID year, there's gonna be a lot of old farts in the draft for the next couple of years.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
All right, last one. I got to go dip back into the wide receiver. Probably one of the better names in the draft. That is Jada Kiss Bonds from Hampton, 6'4", 205. When it comes to receiver, I want them to throw a bunch of receivers into the mix. We got Jalen Nailers. Throw Jada Kiss in there. We got Prohl possibly coming back. This guy is all about his size, 6'4", 205. Fantastic route runner with size. Gets me excited. And read some of his draft profiles. His big thing is he makes defenders miss. He's not afraid to make catches over the middle. So the man has balls. But watching a lot of his highlights, he takes that big size, he uses it to his advantage. And we need a big guy like that. And Jada Kiss Bonds is having a hell of a practice. And can you tell me, Hampton, what's their mascot?
I'm gonna say it's a rhino.
Pirates. All right, sorry, go ahead.
Lame. It's a lame mascot. One bar scouting report. This guy has balls. I like that. I like that a lot. I like his size. I want a big receiver, a big body guy. Does he look? Does he have like a big upper body, long arms, kind of a deal too, or is he just kind of?
Yeah, he looks a little. Not skinny by any means, but 6'4", 205 is pretty thin.
Yeah. So I like the size though. I go up, get a jump ball, red zone target, maybe right away, work them in, and why not? You bring this. Like we said, the quarterbacks keep bringing them in until you hit on a couple. So why not roll the dice on Jadakiss Bonds? Is that Barry's nephew or something?
I don't think so. I'm not going to say no, but I don't think so. And again, this is a late round potential undrafted free agent. So there's our guys. Let us know in the comments who you're going to be watching.
And let's not forget, the Vikings did take 2 guys from the East-West Shrine Bowl last year. I keep wanting to say game. It was like that for so many years, but Valdarian Lowe was there last year, Nick Muse. So 2 guys became Vikings. Could definitely happen again. So check it out on Thursday and let us know who you like in the comments below. And remember this, George Washington died in 1799 after doctors drained nearly 40% of his blood in an attempt to cure a sore throat.